I think something that all of us who call ourselves Christians truly need to understand is that God is absolutely not trying to save our bodies. We got all kind of sicknesses and diseases and everything else in this world, and God is not trying to save us from that. Whether it's cancer or strokes or people losing limbs and all this kind of crazy stuff that's happening in this world. Even if you love him, God is not trying to save you or protect you from that. And the reason why I say this is because so many of us have built up our faith on believing that God is going to make sure that these things don't happen to us when his word already tells us that it rains on the just and the unjust. And if you go and read the Bible, there are a whole lot of us who only follow Jesus because we want his miracles, we want his blessings, his power, and his healing. The entire foundation of our faith or our trust in God is based upon what he will do for us and him keeping us away from certain circumstances, or at the very least healing us whenever or every time we encounter these things. And that's just not the reality. There are loved ones that are passing away. There are those of us who are struggling with sickness within ourselves, or maybe at some point in our own lives. And we deeply have to understand, in order to have enduring faith, this is not what Jesus is trying to save us from. Yes, Jesus heals. Yes, Jesus does miracles. Yes, he gives blessings. But he only does these things so that the people that are being healed or that are being blessed, that are experiencing these miracles, will cling to him, or either someone who sees those things happening to you or someone else will run to Jesus themselves because they can see or bear witness to the glory and the magnificence of his power and authority. He's not doing it as much for us as much as he is doing it simply because he wants people to want him for him. If we truly open up his word, Jesus was not going out there healing just for the sake of healing. He was trying to bring people to himself, and he didn't just want people to come to him just because they wanted those things from him. So I need us to understand that if we truly love Jesus, if we're truly going to follow Jesus, if we truly say we have faith in him and we're trusting him and following him, then he's not trying to save our bodies. He's trying to save our eternity. He's trying to give us a chance at heaven. He's trying to save our souls. And he promised that these earthly bodies were going to perish, but in the afterlife, he was going to give us new ones. That is the hope we have. That should be our focus. We can pray for healing and miracles, but we have to understand that Jesus is trying to save us forever, not just within our temporary afflictions. He said, set your heart and your mind on things above. We may get the miracle or we may never see it. We may get healing or we may not. But he promises us that the pure in heart, those of us who really love him for the right reasons, will see heaven. We'll get to spend a joyous eternity with him. That's what we have to long for. That's what has to inspire us. That's what we have to live and thrive on. I love you from here to heaven.